Hey guys, and welcome back to my stream. Tonight we're going to be playing a mixed bag of different Japanese horror games. Tonight I thought I would start with the convenience store. If you were with me, I think last weekend, I was playing Dread Out and was having some issues midway through stream, so I thought I would switch it on over to something else, and I played this originally. I did get one of the first endings during that stream, and so I will probably be not doing that one this stream. When we get to that point, I'll let you know what happened, but I won't tell any like major spoilers. There's just a path of deviation, and we're gonna take the other path tonight. Along with this, I have a list of other horror games as well. We have ones like Missing Child, Night Delivery, and Caregiver, to name a few. So if anyone's interested in what I'm going to be playing, let me know and I'll, you know, perhaps let you guys pick the next one. 'Cause that sounds like fun. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, also tonight, while we're playing these, I thought I would share some of my own horror stories while working for convenience. Ooh boy. It's time. It's time, Hecatoo. Need to get ready for work. I'd love to, but someone's head is always in the way. Okay. So,
よく寝た。
slept well, huh? That's always good. I wish I could sleep well. Oh man, my Thursday was a nightmare. I just a quick side story. Uh Thursday night I tried to go to bed and I couldn't sleep. I had a really bad episode of insomnia and got like 1 hour of sleep, so that was an exciting day for me. Come Friday.
外もう真っ暗だよね。
It is dark outside. What you got going on in here? What you got going on in this fridge? Yes. Now close it. Now microwave it. Yes. As you can see, I may seem to already know what's going to happen here, so we'll see how quickly it takes me to get to that point. uh, but to start off with some of my own horror stories about working convenience, I guess I should start with a few of the different jobs I had. I've actually worked at an actual convenience store. Worked for Circle K back in the day. What a nightmare. Never worked there. Never. You know what? I don't care what it like about giving second chances. Like, I'm usually one of those people that does. Nah, fuck that place. What a nightmare. What a shit show. Like, oh my gosh, I have so much to tell. So many
懐中電灯を持っ
truths
ていかないと
to
危ないよ
spread.
ね。
Yes, get your flashlight. Yes. Like, hot damn, what a garbage fire. But I digress. Never work for Circle K if I mean like if you're struggling and you really have no other option, you know what? Yeah, work there. Otherwise, holy shit. Don't do yourself a disservice. Okay, so we're gonna head this way. And then, like, so I mean, it was bad. And, like, sorry I'm saying like a lot. It's just like I'm all worked up now. So, oh, what a nightmare. There was a ton of like regulars, like really nice regulars and some not so nice regulars. A lot of hobos, you know, but that I feel that's pretty typical for, working in some place like that. Anyways, while I was working there, we had this one guy that came in pretty regularly, and he would sit outside, and my boss would always get so mad. He's like, you can't stay here, and the guy's like, oh, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna try not to die. I'm gonna try very hard. We'll see what happens. Where I deviated before in this game didn't result in me dying. But it did result in one ending of this game. So we'll see what happens this time. I haven't played that before. I would like to. Also, just FYI, like, I did like 2 bowls before this, so we're gonna see how this evening goes. Woo! But, yeah, there was a lot of... Speaking of hobos, there's one now. Actually, I think this is a dude that, like, is just a random guy. You know what really happened here, huh? To warn you all. Your head is so big and so in the way. I can't speak. Ooh. Maybe you should touch your Lego Mustang. Perhaps it's calling to you. Okay. That was special. Oh, man. But yeah, working for Circle K sucked. And I will never have anything nice to say about them. And every single one of them is gross. Everyone, do not get their sodas. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, that's pretty awesome. It wants you to roll it across things. Yes, if only this was a true story, huh? Sorry. Yeah, your antics get creepier with every night, dude. Alright, so we'll look at this. Yeah, I gotta check all the food. Now I gotta punch in, and then that other dude will leave. Ah, yes. I remember working overnight at Circle K. What a nightmare. Like, Oh, shit, that's right. There's somebody here. Oh, no, that's just him leaving. Okay. They typically... One thing I will say is that typically they did not make girls work night shift. Or if somebody preferred night shift, they tried to make sure that there was always, like, 2 people. So... is this good? This shelf looks fine. What about this shelf? And that sounds like a person. Oh, it is a dude. Okay, I'll get behind the counter then. Ugh. But when I worked there, I wasn't trained for night shift, so I didn't know any of the morning routines. And people got super mad. They're like, where's the sandwiches? And where's the blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, what are you people talking about? And they're like, aren't you the night shift person? I was like, I was just asked to cover this, like, one time. And they were like, oh. But, like, yeah, I angered a whole store full of people that way. Oopsies. Let's see here. Some of the sketchier things that happened. We once had a guy come in and stuff a 6-pack, not a 6-pack, like one of those big ass 24 packs under like each arm and then like 2 between his legs. And then he had 1 in each hand. And he like tried to like penguin waddle out of the store with 6 like how big are the how many were 6 24 packs of beer. Oh no, it's a nightmare. I am full of stories. That's you guys are gonna get to enjoy that this evening. uh, this one looks expired. Okay, yes, let's take it. Time to throw it out. So, and it was really funny because one of our regulars came back in with one of the packs of beer because the guy like dropped one and then so he could run. Or he dropped 2 of them so he could run. So he dropped the 2 that were between his legs. It's pretty hilarious. And then we had another beer run. Like, beer runs are very, like, typical. They happen all the time. It was, like, probably our #1 issue. So, I forgot I still have to take out garbage, so I should just leave the doors open. So from there was another beer run where another one of our regulars saw the guy. Like, we had a lot of regulars, like, there's probably 6 people. And I think someone's just fucking with the door. Yeah, I see you opening. I know what happens if I go this way. I know what happens when I camera. Let me see. I think one of the times, like, if you're fast enough, you, like, can catch, like, a little kid or something dinging the doors. I don't remember. But, this guy that did the beer run this time, he didn't get very far. That's for one. Yes, look at it. The shelf is fine. Look at that one. The shelf looks fine. Okay. Anything else? I felt like there was supposed to be more of this. Maybe not. What about chips? But our, regular had, like, she had flagged down a cop because the dude, like, ran in front of a cop car. And I was like, I'm like, what a dumbass. And the cop chased him down and into an apartment complex and got him. It was pretty awesome. He was like, yeah, I was chasing him with the car. And there's, like, a huge field, like, before the apartment complex. So, like, he was chasing this guy down in his car through a field. I was like, that's pretty funny. And messed up. Yes. End of night 1. Yes. Soft girl. And then, oh, what else is funny is, like, once you put on your thing the one time, your uniform the one time, that's just it. Oh yeah, and there's nothing in here. It's just running. Ghosts. Ghost tapes. Microwaves and ghost tapes. Aw, you trying to touch the dot Hekatu? You're making it really hard for me to see where I'm aiming. Alright, time to watch the first cryptic tape. No, there's nothing in here. Alright. Yes. We got robbed so many times. Oh, so many times. I was there during one gunpoint robbery. Uh, I had literally just punched out and I was, like, saying goodnight to my coworker, and just as I was leaving, 2 guys who were very poorly, had very poorly had their faces covered, came running in with guns, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And the guy said, nope. And I'm like, alright. And he fucking replied, and I was so dead. I couldn't go inside the store because, obviously I couldn't go back in. They wouldn't let me, for one, and for two, as much as I love my coworker, I wasn't looking to get shot. So I sit outside, I'm calling the cops. Yeah. And it was just so fucked up. I was like, God damn it, that's rough. Yeah, now I have to follow a trail of lights instead of having my path lit. Oh yeah, I'm here. Wait, no, I'm almost there. I'm getting there. Here we go, the stairs. That's what I'm aiming for. So, and I felt so bad for my coworker. He was so upset afterwards. I mean, who wouldn't be? And what was worse is that they, like, were almost gonna try to fire him because the guy that he was being robbed, like, because there was a customer in the store and he was serving that customer as he was being robbed. The guy had literally just handed him $100 bill we're not allowed to have like over $35 in our till at night, or like really ever. So it was a really big shit show because they were like, they let they obviously gave him some leniency because it's not like he could help that the guy came to the store with like with $100 bill, you know. So it was just super fucked up. And just such a hot mess place to work for. I was there when another one of my coworkers was robbed at knife point, and just holy jeez. And I think, what was another thing that happened? Oh, there's a lot. Let's see here. Yeah, and then this guy's like, hey. Yes, they're opening on their own. It's a poltergeist, and now I've ditched my nose. So it looks like I'm picking my cat nose. Alright, coming around, nerd. Get out of my way. And then I think I've got a spray, because he's like, there's rats! Yeah, rat day. Great. Time to go deal with some rats. No, Hekatu. I'm playing, not you. Yes, get the hell out of here, guy. Let me handle all the business. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you don't close the doors, they just stay open. Spraying rats. What a great time. I think there's one in one of the bins over here. Oh, there's one behind it. Ah, here's one. I was pretty sure there was one in here, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. I know there's one over here. Yeah, and here's the last one. Oh, just, ugh. Retail can sometimes be the best and it can sometimes be the worst. Like, I had a lot of really terrible experiences, like, just working for that place, but I've had some good experiences working for other places. But for now, I'm just gonna talk about all the terrible experiences and hopefully bring some humor. Because what a nightmare. Everybody should know what a hot dumpster fire Circle K is. I heard somebody come in. Oh, it's the old lady who's gonna be in the shitter for like 12 hours. Yeah, she won't talk to you. She just like goes into the bathroom for like 10 minutes. So I'll hang up behind the counter since I already handled the rats. I'm just gonna look at stuff through the camera. Let's patrol. I had a guy come in one time who looked like he did a lot of drugs and, you know, just the typical looks. He had some rather unique hobo chic going on with his wearing of a baby onesie around his neck. That was exciting. I was like, oh, you look like you've been doing a lot of crack. Just now go into the bathroom and I will leave the cameras. Oh. And I caught a guy stealing one time. Because, like, we're not usually allowed to do anything, but we are allowed to call them out, especially if we actually see them doing it. Like, I actively watched him put candy bars into his pocket. And he's like, how do you know? How do you know I was putting candy bars in my pocket? I'm like, because I literally just watched you do it. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah. So, ugh. Let's see here. What other fun filled things have happened? Oh, there's another car. Oh, this is gonna be the guy who wants a pack of stogies and a bunch of beer. I literally have to walk up and pick up each beer myself. What a jerk. Yeah, you're in a hurry? Fetch your own fucking beer. Alright. So... See? Even she's complaining. I wish I could just throw him across the store at him. How close do I have to actually be? Oh, sweet. End of the aisle, huh? Let's see here. One of my coworkers got mugged as well. Not like, it wasn't like an active mugging, it was more like, a guy went into our back room, because we have, like, the bathroom is right next to our back room. So, in our back room areas where employees keep their stuff. My coworker's purse was, like, out on the desk. And he stole all of her, like, credit and debit cards. And then she even rung him up with them. Like, holy shit. And because she wasn't paying attention to the fact that they weren't hers, because he was just running it as credit at the cash register. Because he was buying, because we have to check ID for anything over $25, so he kept everything under $25. I was like, oh shit. And I have to wait for the old lady to come out of the toilet. There she comes. She's gonna come up to me and complain. Oh no, she just hangs out over there. Hey old lady, how's it going? What? Oh, Hecatu, you make a better door than a sweet soft window. It's your daughter's house. What did you do? Lady, this is a convenience store, not your daughter's house. Okay? Okay? Hey! Let's see here. Is there any ghostings about? Nope, just an old lady. Oh. And, oh, he also bought Redbox, because we had a Redbox outside our door at our store. That was exciting. So he got Redbox and spent a bunch of her money. I'm like, wow, that's really, really shitty. Oh, let's see what other kind of sweet horror stories I can think of from back in the Circle K day. Oh! Is this the ghost, or is this the... I think this is a ghost. Yeah, see? Little kid. What the... Eh. Little ding-dong ditcher. I don't know. Had a lot of... I will say this. I did have a lot of really nice regulars. I had two in particular, or two or three in particular, I did like. So it wasn't all bad, and, you know, they were typically pretty fun people. Oh boy. What am I waiting on now? Oh, here he comes. Delivery guy. Cracking all my knuckles. Hey. Yes, unstoppable trend of ordering everything online. Oh. Yes, I will take the package. Oh, sorry, there's a package here to pick up. I think it's in this back room. Yeah, there we go. Here you go, dude. And then I think that's about where this night ends. I heard a thump, and I didn't like it. Oh, it's him getting into his car. Welp! Now I'm here all on my lonesome. I'm not ready to die yet. It got really quiet all of a sudden. Let's look at the cameras. Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know where you think you're going. Alright, well, there ain't nothing on the cameras. Let's say, does anybody remember Kmart? Worked for those guys before, too. Can I just leave now? Oh, I guess so. I guess I just leave. Uh-oh, let's see what's happening. Umbrella. And I need a flashlight. Somebody's knocking on my door. Oh. Let's see what happens. New day, new tape. It's only gonna get worse from here. Yes, enjoy the chin rubbins. Look at her sweet, soft, squishy lips. Cats have 3 lips. They got 1, 2, 3. She's got 3 lobes of love. Look at 2. Oh, Rackety. You're so soft. Alright, time to go walking in the rain. Also, there was like this funny glitch where inside the store, while it was raining inside the store too. I was like, is it raining in the store? It was just harder to tell because the lights were on. Let's see what's going on. But, yeah. When I worked at Kmart, it was a lot less terrible. Oh, hello. Hey. Welcome to the show. I'm just talking about, well, mostly just rambling. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the other ending. So, oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. This way. Okay. Oops. I was, blah blah blah. So, basically, what I've been talking about while I've been playing here is going on about my terrible experiences in working retail and convenience. I shared some of the stories of, like, my coworker getting robbed at gunpoint and all that fun stuff. Last time I shared a rather terrible story, so I will give you the cliff notes of this one for those who are joining us. the reason I quit Circle K, the major reason I quit it, even though it was like a huge, it was always a huge shithole, but like, you know, I needed money. And the reason I ended up quitting was because a guy came in that had been just, you know, a bit of a warning if you don't like gory stories. This guy had had his throat slit open, and somebody had shoved him out of the car thinking he was dead. He was very much not dead. He came in screaming. He was having a whole meltdown. Uh, you know, and people didn't believe what was really happening. I had people that were laughing. There was people that were, you know, there was nurses from the hospital nearby there. It was just really kind of awful. So I ended up taking care of him and then some butt munch is gonna pop out. Yep, there he is. Fucking a little late on the boot, don't you think, bud? I got you good, huh? Yeah, somebody's a jerk. But, I will leave it with, I don't know what happened to him, but I do know I took care of him until the ambulance arrived, and that was handled. And I probably would have gone back to work and, you know, stuff if I hadn't learned that my manager had laughed at me for crying after taking care of this guy who had been so grievously treated by, you know, other human beings. So I gotta fill out some product placement, literally. And that was rough. There's a lot of crazy out in the world, and you see a lot of bad things. Yeah, no, my manager tried calling me and telling me to come in to sign papers, and I told her to suck a dick, and I never went back. I literally never went back. I avoid Circle K's altogether now. I only go in them if I really actually have to. I'm like, that place is like a fucking hot mess. They don't give a shit about their employees. They're just all kind of really terrible when it comes to like taking care of or handling anything. Oh yeah, there was the glitch where you could see the rain through the store. Oh, let me out. I can hear somebody. I'll keep trying. Don't think I won't. Yeah, now the door's unlocked. Alright, who came on and... Oh, yep, you see there's the rain. Okay. Get back behind the counter. Because there's somebody coming. Oh. Oh yeah, there's just no way. Yes, he is here to fix the air conditioning and the rain in the building too, I hope. Because there's a lot of rain in the building at the moment. Yes, check all the units, and I will watch you like a creeper on the cameras. I think he literally just goes out there and like fixes the AC. What the fuck? Okay, so I never saw that last time. I just saw something crawl back into the alley. That's not cool. Well, Hamada, fucking good luck. Because you are on your own. Oh, he's going around. Oh, he didn't go through the back way. He went through this. He's coming around. Well, that was fucked up and creepy. Alright, well, Oh, there he is. He's finally rounding a corner. But I think he literally just fixes the AC system. I don't think he actually does anything. Helts. Ah, super upsetting. I had some good experiences working in retail though too. Like I had some genuinely fun jobs, and I have some scandals to share with you guys, which are pretty awesome because I don't think I can get in trouble for talking about them. I mean, it's not like the company exists anymore. Yep. I think that was everything. I see that got a hole in it, so maybe that's not everything I'm supposed to restock. But any other items? No, I think that was everything. Okay. So, for starters, when I worked Kmart, I was their blue light special lady. Like, because they literally could not get anybody else to fucking do the job, apparently. I don't know why. It was so hard. You basically had to make announcements over our PA system, which is awesome because I got to just yell at people all day about, come look at our specials. And then I got to stand up front and put blue labels on stuff, and I'm like, here you go. Because we weren't allowed to put stuff with blue stickers out on the floor because people would peel the blue labels off and put them onto other products. So I had to hold on to the label gun specifically. But, man, that place had its moments. Our HR lady looked like some kind of crazy Queen of Hearts, Alice in Wonderland reject. She had literal, like, two big red hair lumps that looked like they were in the shape of a heart on the top of her head. And then she had this, like, super long braided ponytail going down the back of her head. I'm like, what in the fuck is this hairstyle? And, you know, not even almost Queen of Hearts. Like, she had some fucking Bram Stoker's Dracula shit going on with that hairstyle. Like, if you guys know what I'm talking about, when he first meets him and he's got the basically two giant white balls on his head. Yeah, I'm the only one working here. Trust me, night shift sucks. Especially at a convenience store. But, so, it was like this whole unraveling chain of, like, craziness. Like, there was just like this whole huge scandal under the surface of Kmart, which sounds really dumb when I say it, but it, like, legitimately, it started with her. So, what she was doing was she was clocking in on her days off. So she would still get hours for even for days that she didn't work. Or if she took vacation time, she would come in and clock in during those vacation days. So that, again, she was getting like twice the money. And nobody knew because the pay lady or person at the time, I don't remember if it was a lady or a dude, but the person that handled payroll was backing it because they were doing it too. And then I found out that like one of the assistant managers was doing it, and it was just like this whole thing. Like half of our, like, you know, major bulk of our staff were all fired. It was like one person after another, and it was like this huge investigation. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Yes, let us look at the camera. Uh, oh boy. I'm gonna go. I wonder if that's the end of my night. Am I supposed to just leave? Do I just go home now? Apparently not. Do I go in the back? Oh no. Uh-oh. The toilet is flushing on its own. Let's take a look. Yes, enter the counter. Oh, here's where it gets weird. I don't see nothing yet. Oh, I don't want to investigate the scary flush toilet. Oh yeah, but the scandal continued to go like for like almost over a year. Like while I was working there, I worked there for nearly 2 years at the time when you know. Oh, I'm locked in the pooper, and it's flushing itself. Ah, somebody knocked a bunch of shit on the floor. Ah, this is gonna be bad. Let's see what happens. Oh no! Oh boy. They are trashing the store. And typically, I do have a funny story about someone trashing our store too when I was working at Circle K, but sorry, getting back on topic of the huge weird ass scandal we had. uh oh yeah, wait, I know what I'm supposed to do. Yes, take these with me. So during this whole huge scandal nonsense, oh, I have to lay these down first. Our manager had just gotten a major promotion and and now he was going to be uh, the lead for a store in like Texas or some shit like that. And everybody was like, "Oh, congratulations!" And it was all this huge big deal. And it was like, he was like really excited to go. And then, boom, he gets fired too. Turns out he was also in on the scandal. Like, wow, just so many things. Okay. Because this is where it gets more fucked up each time. Is that a bite? I don't want to go in, but I will. Hey, bud. How's it going? Oh, you're very dead. Let me out, oh boy. This is not good. He's gonna look at me, I'm sure. Oh, there's so many rats. No! Aw. And then we just like it was like a waterfall of people we lost. Oh, don't look at me, dude. Oh, this is extremely upsetting. But, speaking of upsetting things, I had a very drunk customer come in one time. I think it was during some big football game, I believe. Or I might be wrong. I think I was pretty sure it's football. Some some person. It's like the Cowboys have won. Yeah, it is very. So this guy comes in and he is shit faced, like absolutely destroyed. And he's like coming up to the counter and he's trying to buy beer, which we can't do. We're not like, and he wasn't like, he was very noticeably drunk and he reeked. And we're like, we're sorry, we can't sell you alcohol. And then he got super upset and pitched a whole fit. I don't know. And so what he did was that he started taking his drunken rage out on our displays by knocking them over and like throwing chips and shit everywhere. And then his fucking family came steamrolling in and dragged him out. And they were like super apologetic and helped us fix everything, which that was nice. But when uh, when they went to go take him out with them, they came up to the counter like, we're like so sorry. They're like, hey, by the way, can we still buy alcohol? And we're like, absolutely not, not with that monstrosity with you. Because if we know that they have like a drunk person with them also, who had just tried to buy alcohol because of policy, can't sell it to them. So, but and they were very gracious about it. So that was, or not gracious, but very cordial. Like they didn't kick up a big stink like their cousin did. Just like what a nightmare. I remember one time we got like a little garden snake in the store too, and like I have never seen a grown man girl over a snake before, but it was very amusing. And I'm not making fun of people. Everybody's got their own fears, but this thing was like the size of a pencil. I literally picked it up and I took it outside and I let it go and I was like, be free, back into where you're supposed to be. And my coworker's like, how can you just touch that thing? And I'm just like, dude, it's just a snake. It's like, it's not like I haven't had snakes before. I have had snakes like way a long time ago in the past. They are very nice and they are very smooth. I like to pet them. I wish she could go faster. Uh-oh. There's nobody here this time. Yes, I'd like to go behind the counter. Oh, okie doke. Uh, yes. There's nobody here. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, it already is. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna cheese this again because I'm pretty sure I still have that puzzle saved. Uh, let's see here. Let me take a look. That's not the right tab. Here we go. Machine room. Hmm. New tab. Okay, so tried to grab my PlayStation controller. Okay, so we start here with this TV, I believe. Then and I believe it's this TV. Yes. Okay. Now we go down this aisle and it's hmm. Yes. Then it's hey, welcome to the club. Hey, thanks for coming. It's good to see people from the kingdom coming by. Alright, let's see. I believe it's this TV. Did I do it right? Did I do it right? Huh, yes, because now everything's upsetting. Aww. She gonna get me. I'm gonna look through the camera. There's no other way. Hey, Ollie. Thanks. I'm trying. Oh, little child in the middle of the store. Oh no, he's just the kid from before. Okay. Well, there's that. I guess I will, take my leave, perhaps? No! Oh, did I mess up the puzzle? I think I did. Oh, maybe I did. Alright, well, shit, let me try it again. I was pretty sure I did it right. Okay, so, because I know it's... Oh, I think I turned on a different TV. It's this one. Okay, that TV. And then it's on a second shelf. This TV, I guess. And I'm pretty sure it's this one. And then is it this one? No, it's this TV. And then, yeah, now here's the TV. I must have triggered something wrong. Ooh, let's see what happens. Why won't you turn it on? Oh, let me look at the cameras. What's going on here? You guys are seeing this, right? It's not letting me turn it on. I guess I have to go see who's in the dumper. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Sound like a dying cow. Oh! That got me. Okay, well, no more crying cow child in the corner. And the back door is open now. Oh. Close this door. What is happening to me? Oh, it's still that kid, I'm sure. Oh, it's another tape. Hoo 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 hoo. Hmm. Huh? There's a trash can option? Oh shit, I think this game has 3 endings. Okay, so originally, when I played this game the first time, I put it in the box and I sent it away. And then it deviates from there and you get 1 ending. And then I guess you could watch it or you could throw it in the garbage. So I'm gonna throw it in the trash. Hell yeah, throw it away. Yes. Now let's see what happens. Oh no! Someone's outside my door. Mm, I don't like this. Oh no! I feel like this is gonna be bad. I guess they didn't like me throwing their tape away. Oh, I guess she didn't really like me doing that at all, huh? Ending 2. Death. Which means ending 3 is not dead? I wonder if I can skip this. Nope. Okay, time for more stories. How about I tell you guys about the time some guy tried to frame me? So, back when I was working at Circle K, we had just recently hired a new guy. This is when shit was started going down south, like towards me quitting. And what ended up happening was the new guy that had started working for us, like everybody's like, oh yeah, he's really cool. He seems to be a pretty good worker. Uh, until people realized he was stealing money, but he was doing it specifically when it was going to be my shift next. He was trying to pin it on me, so he was always stealing when it was going to be, when I was going to be on. And my boss pulled me aside one day and asked me, he's like, I'm just going to ask you this straight out. He's like, are you stealing money? I'm like, dude, I live hand to mouth and this job isn't worth, you know, going to jail. That's what I told him. I'm like, I just told him straight out. I'm like, I don't love this job so much I would get arrested for it. And he's like, okay. So he looked further into it, and that's when he had realized that that coworker had been using me as his scapegoat to try to get me fired instead of him getting fired. And then that motherfucker had the gall to come back and like try to like ask me for forgiveness. I'm like, you tried to get me fired and you stole money. I'm like, dude, like I live paycheck to paycheck. Like it was really irksome because like he was like trying to act like it wasn't a big deal, and that made me mad. And for those of you who are curious, I have a pocket full of gummies. And yes, they're still in their package. I just thought it'd be easier than trying to hide them somewhere.
外もう真っ暗だよね。
They are delicious. And fruity. Yes, put your uniform on. It's time to go. One more time. We're gonna speed run this bitch. At least I'm gonna try to as much as I can. Get your food, close your fridge. Microwave time. Go get your flashlight.
懐中電灯を持っていかないと危ないよね。
Yes. This lady's got 2 refrigerators. And 2 kitchens. Kind of cool. Yes, finish. Finish. I guess I'll just have to admire your chinchilla. Damn it! Why is it always when I want to look at the chinchilla it does these things? Alright, let's see here. Okay, that's been eaten and it's time to go. I think I can actually run. think I figured out running. Or at least speed walking. Okay, so we go this way. And then we go this way. I like how it literally only gives you street lights for like one night. I'm lucky I'm good at memorizing, like, patterns. That's like honestly the only way I kept like speed running the fucking water temple during Twilight Princess. What a nightmare. That fucking temple has so many rooms. Anywho, let's get back to a less depressing story. And maybe a more funny one. Much like I'm doing now, when I got to work at Kmart, I got to dress up for Halloween, so that was pretty nice. I did a bunch of different costumes, like you guys might have saw I did Green Lantern before, and then I did the Pokemon Maniac and stuff. Is she called like the Hex Girl, or they call her the Maniac? I forget what they call her, but it's the girl with the long black hair and the crazy eyes. Okay, because I've got like a little Gengar purse and stuff, so like I was all cosplaying as her. It was pretty fun. Alright. I made it. You're not funny. And everybody knows it. Let's see. It is way more than just a convenience store, I guess. Let's see. Yeah. That's why I was like, I'm glad I'm good at memorizing pathways, because you only get to see that pathway the one time lit up, and then you have to like walk each night to the store. And then, yeah, get out. So I can start checking for expired things. Yes. Maybe I will just leave these doors open. I don't think it matters. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's go back in here. Now here's the person who's shopping. Let's see here. The land cam? Oh, the webcam? Oh, yeah, my little Logitech one is pretty nice. A lot of this stuff my brother helped me get. He knows shit a lot better than I do. Hurry up and finish conveniencing so I can finish taking trash out. There was a... I had this one really obnoxious coworker. Not obnoxious. So he was funny and nice. He was a nice dude, but like he worked a million jobs. Because at the time, I was dating someone, and apparently, this guy that I was working with also worked for, you know, my boyfriend at the time's dad. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. And he's like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, that guy's your whatever? And I'm like, yeah. So he's like, oh, neat. I'm like, I guess. So he got all excited about that, and then he would blah 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 at me all the time. But then he would constantly ask if like my boyfriend at the time, or I should say my ex's dad, would talk about him and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't talk to him very much. Mostly because he was not an okay person. Let's see here. I believe there's other experiated things. Was it, any of this? Any of this? Any of these? Ah, here we go. Triggering things. Time to check the door sensor for the 16th time. Yeah, nobody's down here. Well, that's not messed up. Alright, I think the guy who's coming to deliver a package is on his way. Woo-hoo-hoo. So we shouldn't mail the tape. Because mailing the tape gives you I guess, a good ending. And then apparently throwing it in the garbage gets you death. Oh! Trying to keep it in my mouth. Sorry, guys. Woo! Alright, let's see what's going on. Oh, come on, delivery guy, could you take any longer? I'm trying to speed run this. Which really only their pacing is what slows me down. Yes, give me my package. Yes, let's take it home and then continue to be haunted by ghosts. See what happens. Stop it, microwave. Oh, it did? Well, that's good. Because I know you said you were having a lot of issues with that for a while. I'm glad they fixed it. Yeah, for sure. I need to start doing that. I have them, for the most part, I have all my streams archived here on my computer. Well, microwave, you ran on your own, and I watched a fucked up tape. Let's go. Got some light. Got some, gotta get out of here. First night. Yep, see, now there's no lights. They give you one night with lights. I'm gonna speed walk to victory. Here's the first house. So I gotta say, when I didn't pay attention to the path the first day, it did take me a minute to find this route. I'm just glad you can use the street lamps as like street markers, like to go along the way. Oh yeah, because, you know, that's why they were warning everybody to correct their passwords and stuff, wasn't it? It's like, hey guys, something hinky shit happened. Better get back to, you know, protecting your shit. Oh, her speed walk is not even close to being as fast as her regular walking. Well, I mean, it's just a little faster, I should say. Hey, hey. Yes, I reported the doors, and then you're gonna blah 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 sensors. You and your creepy, hyper-realistic face. Well, I mean, it is a realistic face because it's probably a picture of someone on your weird, fleshy mound body. What do you want? Oh. Time to spree the rats. Never knew I had to play Exterminator in this game. Alright, let's see here. Do. Get sprayed in the face. Oh wait, I didn't pick the spray up. Rat death. everywhere. Let's see here. I think there's one over here, and then there's one over in this corner. Dang, I got that done before he even left. So I have nothing else better to do. I think it's just like waiting for an old lady and some other people from here. Yep, here she comes. She's gonna go into the bathroom and then she's gonna yell at me. Oh, let's see here. When I worked Blue Light Special at Kmart, it was very entertaining. People always thought they were getting such great deals. And sometimes they genuinely were, but a lot of times they were faking the sales. Which is, I think, pretty much one of the reasons why not Circle K, but Kmart went down. Because they would tell people that these things were on special, but if you looked at our price tags, it was the same price as the normal price tag. So, like, I'm like, I feel like these people aren't getting a deal. I mean, and realistically, they weren't, but still, it was just like, that's really hinky. And we were also one of those few places that still did, like, I know more places do it now, where they do that layaway thing during the holidays or whatever, but our store did it year round. It was pretty wild. And now she's gonna hang out in the pooper for a while. And I'll sit here and stare at her like a creeper. Oh, look at all the food. It's actually making me super hungry, which is kind of why I've been snacking on gummies. It's okay. Oh, I killed all the rats. It's just a random thing. Just gonna stare off into the distance. Really can't speedrun these story development games. Oh, there's somebody coming. This is the beer guy. Hurry up and get in here so I can sell you stuff. You're on my time. I need you to hurry. Yeah, you know who's really in a hurry? I am. No time for you to complain. You and I both know that we need to get that third ending. Do 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 do. Oh, let's see here. I don't know. I've worked a lot of retail for a long time. I can't say some of my two funner retail jobs that I actually really enjoyed was when I worked at Target. They only had me work cashier very rarely. I was one of their midnight stalkers, the people that would come in and stock shit overnight. And that job was really fun, and they like let us listen to music and stuff because typically people don't talk to us while we're doing that. So that job was pretty nice. And then I think my best retail job that I ever worked was faux show at GameStop, because why not? Everybody loves a little GameStop. I mean, not so much anymore. I think that's starting to go downhill again too, if I remember correctly. Yes, come out of the bathroom to yell at me about how this isn't my house. This isn't a store, but your daughter's house. Huh? Huh? They're not here. Nowhere. This isn't your daughter's house. How dare me? You came in here yelling at me about your old lady problems. I didn't do nothing wrong. Except work retail. this a night? No. Yeah, hurry up and go home, lady. So I can hurry up and go home. You and me both. We're leaving. You okay, crazy old lady? I guess so. I'll just watch her on the camera like a weirdo. What? Did you see how it flipped the camera back right away? Oh, here's the delivery guy to pick up the package. Well, that's not fucked up. Oh, it's not here yet. It'll appear when he talks about it, I'm sure. Oh, man. Yes, bring me things, or I'll bring you things, whatever happens first. Yes, you desire packages, and I have packages that weren't there before. Now, get out. Just spying on everybody with cameras. Let's see here. He's leaving. Oh. Man, working retail really was a hot mess. Just consistently a hot mess. I think the funnest job I ever had was actually working at a call center. And that was because, like, I got to come up with, like, with my own phone catchphrases and shit, which was kind of fun because I was working for a company called Valor, who was basically which Hulu was outsourcing to. So I worked for Hulu, but my company was Valor. So while I was working there, it wasn't bad. I got to watch TV all day, which was nice because we got free Hulu accounts. So that was always fun. And they were actually really good to me. They had given me, like, you know, special exception and stuff because I have a lot of trouble with my hands because I've got a condition called syncope. It makes me all, like, gorky. So it does occasionally make playing video games hard, especially if I get excited. Like, my hands will stop working. I'm like, no. Like in the middle of, like, a super intense boss battle. Oh, that shit always works me up. Okay, I think this is the time where I can just leave. Or do I just walk down this way and I leave? Yeah, there we go. So, yay! It's a new day. And it's a new time to get... Oh, hey, look, you can see the convenience store from here. Time to get an umbrella. And time to get a thingy. And someone's knocking on my door. But, yeah, working there was really fun. I was actually really proud of some of the stuff that I came up with because basically we were allowed to create our own greetings, and I did a lot of it based on the kind of TV shows and stuff that we had, and I actually got praised for it. I was real proud of myself because I did one for Green Lanterns, because they had Justice League at the time, I think. I know I did one for Star versus the Forces of the Universe, or the Star versus the Force of Evil. I think I did one for Steven Universe. I did a Buzz Lightyear one. I did a couple of greetings. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I know I have them somewhere because I wrote these out. Because they gave us a generic greeting to start with, and then we were basically allowed to, don't you know having an umbrella open in the house is, extremely bad luck? No wonder you died. And you left your front door open. Shame on you, girl. Alright, well, I guess you can just stay open. I guess you like rain and random animals in your house, or people. For shame. For shame. Let's see here. Oh. As you guys have been enjoying some of my quote-unquote tales of terror from my own retail experiences. Let's see here. I've actually watched like several fights break out while working at Circle K, which has been amusing and not so amusing at times, depending on what was going on. Because it wasn't so amusing one time when a guy used a pot of coffee to fight another guy. There was a guy who came in to literally ask for directions, and he had parked his bike outside, and a guy pulled up in his car and tried to steal the guy's bike, saying it was his. And then they got into a fist fight. That was amusing. I was like, what balls, man? Just walking up and stealing somebody's bike after they just parked it. I was like, hey dude, your bike's being lifted behind you. And he's like, what? And, oh my god, I felt so bad. So there's 2 times in retail where I got kids in a fuckload of trouble with their parents. Like, it was bad. So one's a GameStop story, one's a Circle K story. So we'll start with Circle K. Because, you know, that one's been consistently horrible. So, at the time, this guy's gonna jump out and have a terribly timed boo. There he is. Boo! So, what ended up happening was, I think I have to deal with product placement. And punch in. And punch in. And then I'll punch this guy out, and then it will rain in the store because the rain graphics want to come on through. I bet I can get done stocking before you leave. So what had happened was that a dad had come into the store with like a ton of kids, and you knew that they were like probably going somewhere or something because like I think they were going on a trip. But he verbatim said, get whatever you want, I don't care, price doesn't matter, just buy what you want, just grab what you want and I'll get it and then we'll get going. And then the kids are like having a whole ass heyday, like getting all this stuff. And now I'm locked in here. Now I gotta hang out until the door unlocks. Walk around in a circle. Let me out. So, what ended up happening is that all these kids got what they were looking for, and then my boss came up to the counter and came behind me. He's like, keep an eye on that kid. He's like, I've been watching him in the back, and I was like, oh no, I can already see this is gonna end poorly. So, what had happened was that one of the kids was stealing stuff. He was just like stuffing a bunch of random candy down the front of his pants. And my boss was like, he approached the dad and he was like, look, I'm not trying to stir up trouble, but your kid's stealing. And, you know, the guy's like, oh, wait, what? He's like, yeah, I've been having my, you know, he was having me watch him And then he was also watching him on the cameras in the back because we have like cameras that like caught a bunch of different angles or whatever. So let's look out in the camera because I saw a creepy thing last time. Yes. I see you, little shit. That's not creepy. Alright, let me stock this last item, then I'll stalk the guy outside. So, after everything was, you know, said and done, they had emptied the kids' pants or whatever, and it was a bunch of packs of gum and a bunch of candy. And the dad was like, I literally just got done telling you, you could have had whatever you wanted. He's like, you could have taken, he's like, you could have got whatever you wanted to snack on, whatever you wanted to drink. He's like, and I was going to get it for you. So, alright, I'll let him work here since he's got to do that first. So I can't get the wrench yet until he drops it, I guess. And the dad just had a full-on fit and like kicked the kid out of the store, and he was like super apologetic, and my manager was like, it's okay. He's like I'm not trying to, he's like I said, I wasn't trying to like, you know, stir up a huge issue, but you know, he was stealing. And then the next time I got a young child in trouble was when I was working at GameStop, and this guy came in and he was buying a bunch of stuff. And I was just keeping an eye on the kid because, you know, a lot of adults usually when they come in, they leave their children, like, unattended. So, like, just being like a, well, I want to make sure the kid's okay kind of thing. That's how I've always been. I just, like, you know, don't want anything to happen to some random child. This little dude, I don't know, he was, like, maybe, like, 7 or 8 or something. He was like being the worst thief I have ever seen, like almost in a comedic sense. Like, let me close this. Okay, so now I got the key. The key to everything. And this lady will do her shopping, and then I will get things. I'll actually put this. I'm trying to put it on the counter. Will just not let me? No? Okay, well, I can just leave it right here then, I guess. Wait for her to finish doing her shopping. But, so what he was doing was, we had packs of Pokemon cards, and this is like, there's no good place to hide in here or to do what he was doing. There was nowhere he could, like, really hide because we had such an open plan in the store I was working at. Yeah, so what kind of magic puts a young girl at work at night? I wonder. So, this kid is, like, standing there in front of the packs and, like, kind of trying to use his super tiny body to, like, hide what he's doing as he's, like, tearing each pack open and taking the cards out. And I'm just like, I lean over and I look at my coworker and I was like, man, this guy's the greatest thief I've ever seen. And then my coworker fucking snorted, and then because he looked over, he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll just tell the dad when he comes up to the counter. I was like, good. So because I didn't know what to say or what to do, because it's like, you know, I don't want to just like call out some little kid randomly. But those are both pretty funny times I caught people stealing. Oh, and I've also gotten in trouble at work for people I know stealing. That's one because I knew someone. So, I was friends with like this group of dudes, and one of them brought a bunch of his friends in, and him and his friends were stealing all kinds of stupid shit. Chips, soda, condoms. And like my manager like took me to the back, and he's like I really need to have a talk to you. He's like You can't be letting your friends steal shit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, great, I got locked in here. No haunted toilet, I don't want this. Stop it. I don't want to be in here while you play with the toilet. She's making such a big mess. Why is she like this? Stop trying to mad spooks me, lady. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? You know what I just thought about? Let me look at something. There's no real way to, like, save, is there? Because I was just thinking about something. What if I had tried going into the shed, like, without the talisman? Like, you know, before exercising the doors. Actually, let me drop this key off closer to the exit. Sounds like somebody just destroyed something in the kitchen. I guess I'll go check that out in a minute. There's other people in the house that can look at it for now. Alright. We gonna do this so I don't have to travel so far. I'll drop it right here. Yes, pick the talismans. Do it. Do it! But, I don't know. Just really, really crazy stuff. A lot of fun times. A lot of strange and unique scenarios I've been in. But, oh, yeah, they've been stealing a bunch of stuff, and I had to tell my boss, I'm like, look, I've got nothing to do with them. Because at the time, this guy and I weren't, like, really close. We were just, like, we had just knew each other because I knew someone he knew. And I told my boss that, I'm like, look, don't say that these people are my friends. My boss is like, why? And I'm like, because they're not. I don't know this guy. And at the time, it was true. But because my boss had seen me talking to him before, he thought we were buddies. Always gotta be careful, chitlins, with who you talk to. Time to go through the spooky door. He's dead. And now I get to be anxious, and now he's gonna look at me. And now I wait for impending doom. And then it's TV time. At least I won't fuck it up this bad this time. Oh, she's so upset. I don't know what the problem is. It's not like I'm after your husband, lady. I mean, you might be, but I feel like he's a little lacking in the eye socket department. Yeah, see, I don't do dead people with bleeding eyes. That's just not enough for me, dog. Oh, stop it. There's so much banging from everywhere. So many dead rats. Okay, there we go. Good time. Alright, let's see here. And here's another tape on the floor. Something else to watch before I go out the door. Oh no, what's happening? They know. They know I was in the shed. Oh boy. Weehoo. I'm gonna say it's all real. Because, like, the last 2 times we played, it, seemed like a lot of shit was happening that you had no control over. That's just me. Gonna speedrun to my victory. Or another death. We'll see. And then, after we finish this one, I have a couple of different ones. Do you guys have any input of what you might want to see? Because I think I've got one called Inunaki Tunnel. I've got one called The Caregivers. I've got one called Missing Children. And then I also have one called, what was it again? Spit it out. I'm trying to remember. I was just talking about it a minute ago. Oh, Night Delivery. There we go. I've already finished Ghost Train during one of my streams. Got both the endings for that one. Just try to get there as quickly as I can. Oh boy. Good times. I want to hit the space bar and make her jump, but I know she won't. Yes. Ah, yes, tonight is the night of fuckery. For there is nothing. Nothing here, nothing working. Only computer things. Alright. Well, time for everything to suddenly change. But that's okay, because I remember now. At least I'm pretty sure I remember. Shit, I don't remember. I want to say it's this one. Because I know it's not any of these. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it was that TV. And then... let me look here. So I'm pretty sure it's this TV. And then it's gonna be this TV. Then your mom's gonna attack me. Yeah, there she is. Why can't you keep your screaming, wailing child to yourself, lady? Oh yeah, won't let me back out. And then here's the new tape. Alright guys, ready to watch the next tape and see what happens now? Oh, what? Oh, it's on the floor. I was like, what the hell? I thought I had the tape. Yep. Let's do this. Yep. Let's do this. No, they're outside my house? That's fucked up. Upsetting. Really? I still die? Maybe there was something I was supposed to do. Maybe I was supposed to go back to that shack. I can't move. Uh-oh. Ooh. She's mad at me. I'm sorry. I tried to find out. No, I'm gonna die now. Well, shit. And there it is.